You were really taking matters into your own hands with that motorcycle permit.
That's what I do.
Somehow, by the time you guys see this video, I want to have the remainder of the yellow parts installed on this car. That's everything except the doors. The hood and the fenders are coming off too. So no nonsense today, alright?
Okay.
Clowning around.
I'm a no-nonsense kind of person.
Let's get to work. The first thing I want to do is put together this back end. Say, speaking of not wasting time, what do you think about a little friendly competition?
Oh dear.
How much dust do you think we could vacuum up from back here?
A significant amount.
Give me a number. We've got the bumper, the sides, and underneath the mystery bags.
How can I quantify dust?
How many ounces? How many ounces? If you had to make a guess.
An ounce and a half.
Ounce and a half.
You're not very thorough.
I'm going 7 ounces of countryside deposited amongst the Corvette.
How are you to calculate the weight?
It's empty. We'll fill it up and then weigh it. And whoever wins, well, somebody will win. All right. Ready to weigh?
Let's go weigh. But you have to get the chunks on the ground.
You think that's fair?
It came off.
It's not sudden death once it touches the cement.
No.
It's okay. All right, that's what we're working with. A lot of it's in this filter. I guess if I really wanted to be accurate, I should have teared out the whole vacuum cleaner and then weighed it once we were to this point.
I suggested that.
Well, next time. Is that
It's almost 4 pounds.
So I guess technically I won. What, you said how many ounces?
I'm ashamed.
Do you realize how much faster this car is going to be now?
4 pounds.
That's crazy. I thought this was just going to be a waste of time, but it was an interesting waste of time. I want to put on this quarter panel first. Every body part on this car is adjustable except for the rocker panel. It's glued directly to the frame, so we have to reference everything to it. I'll put the quarter panel on with the bottom edge against this ridge and the wheel well aligned to this edge, and then work out from there.
Okay. Okay. Do you know what you're doing?
It sounds like it. Even though my vacuuming was cursory, I'm making sure all of the contact points for the quarter panel are clean. It's time. This is gonna look good, as long as I don't scratch it. I'll try to just line up the screw holes.
Are you going to do the next quarter panel next?
Yeah, I'll get this one bolted on just kind of loosely, then do the other quarter panel, tie it together with the bumper, and tighten everything down. I think the alignment here is pretty good.
I agree.
All right, quarter panel number 2. This is going good. I'm glad to get these off of the floor. I think they're in more danger laying on the garage floor than they are driving down the road.
I already tripped over the other one today.
Careful. Do you have a non-marking outsole?
Probably not. Steady.
Steady as she goes. Gas, door alignment. False. There. There. Now put a screw in it so it doesn't fall off. I like that look. To you guys, it probably doesn't look much different, and that's why this probably isn't the greatest project for YouTube. I'm taking a certain yellow car and just making that yellow car slightly different. Hard to convey the excitement, so that's why we're wrapping it up. So I'll start at the top here and move my way down.
How does this look? This alignment?
Pretty good. Good enough.
It looks closer here than over there to me.
Oh, you're right. They're flexible, and that's advantageous. This is where the trouble begins. It's been so long since I took these parts off. I don't know which screws go here. this one with the coarse threads and the plastic washer, or this one with the fine threads and no washer. We'll try choice number B. Feels all right.
Is that the fine threads?
Fine threads.
Looks fine. Wow.
Let's see how it looks with the door shut. That's pretty good.
That's not bad. Oh, is that a chip on your rocker panel?
Probably. It's got some damage on the rocker panels. Look under here.
Yeah.
This is from
Ooh.
a mechanic not knowing where to lift. Ready for the bumper?
Yep.
Let's go! Easy does it. Now we'll line up the holes. Ooh. Wow, look, and that comes around just like it's supposed to. The way these come together is there's two metal plates, one on the bumper and one on the fender, and when I tighten down the nuts on the inside, it sandwiches everything together.
Ooh.
Pretty sandwiched, isn't it?
It is.
The bumper cover is attached to the quarter panels and everything is screwed down to the car. Next thing to do is put on the trunk lid and tonneau cover.
Shiny.
Much better than the one right next to you there. I'm not sure how this tonneau cover is going to line up with my new quarter panels, so I'll use the witness marks from the old bolts and hopefully it's close. There. And we'll try it now.
Whew.
That's pretty close. Let's look at the other side.
Oh my. What sorcery is this?
That works. And thank you to the viewer who told me what these were called. Witness marks. I appreciate everybody's feedback on these videos.
Even when they tell you it's a bad idea?
Even when they tell me you should have just got it wrapped. But that doesn't work with my personality. No matter how good the wrap looked, I would always know that the paint underneath was garbage. And I wouldn't feel like it really added any value to the car. I'm winning.
Take it
I
back.
take it right back. Now this thing, okay, that looks good. Let's see if the top will go back where it goes. When I replaced the tonneau cover, I also had to remove and reinstall this latch mechanism under here. Well, that won't work. It says close trunk to remove top. Warning.
Attached trunk partition. It knows.
Okay, so before we can do the top, we need to put in the trunk. There. Hopefully that makes it happy. We'll try again. There's a reason I don't have a driver's seat. I'll tell you in a minute. Still not working.
What's the error code?
There's no error code at all. All right, we'll talk about the driver's seat now. It's got some tears and holes in the bolster, and the bottom part isn't so great either, but I was able to find some replacement seats that are in much better shape. But these don't have heated seats or lumbar support like the originals, so I need to mix and match some parts. I'll let you know when I get the top working.
You look a little agitated, like a little twinkle in your eye.
That's the fire of frustration. I've been working on this for about an hour, and the good news is that I was able to manually close this cover and the latch works, so all of my body work is fine. But I still haven't been able to get the convertible top to work under its own power. I thought it was because I took out the chair, so I replaced the chair, and there's still no difference. I looked at the manual and
Wait.
thought I could slip that past. I looked at the owner's book and it said that the convertible top will only work if the car knows that the windows are down. But the car can't know the windows are down unless they've been initialized. The windows lose their initialization when somebody disconnects the battery, which I did. But even when you reconnect the battery, the doors are not the windows. Still with me? When you reconnect the battery, the windows aren't automatically reinitialized. Even though the battery is connected, if I turn on the car and try to raise the window, it makes noise, but it doesn't move. The only way to reinitialize the windows after a battery disconnect is to close and latch the door. The latch isn't on the door, but hopefully the car isn't smart enough to know that too. So we'll put this in here, and it shuts up for one thing, and if we flip the switch,
Hey!
so if I do the same thing on the passenger side, and look behind you,
Oh.
Let's see if that was the magic combination. Okay, it's doing something. It's lowering the windows. Now watch it back.
It should click.
Oh! And that's pretty clean. It looks like I do have a lip here.
But what you don't have is all your clear coat peeling.
Yeah, this can be adjusted. Come over here and put some weight on here. Don't tighten it down. All right, release. I think that's better.
Oh.
All right, the back is almost done. Let's put the wheels on. These are nice wheels. How about I put them on when you're not looking and I'll call you out, make it a surprise.
Okay.
Before we go inside the garage, I want to remind you what we started with. Base model, wheel, and flaky fender.
Okay.
Let's see if you can tell the difference.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
Better than it was before?
Yeah, it is.
So everything from the doors back is done. Time to move on to the front.
Just finish it, okay? Just finish it.
Naturally, this is where I would say this is the end of the video.
No. Normally, you would put on a mirror and say it's the end of the video.
Ho, ho! Roll around the floor, Jack, there, sweetie pie. I've got the car raised up, I took off the wheels and this fender that altered the course of my life forever. Next, we'll pull off the other one. This is a great example of all the things that can go wrong with painting.
Ooh.
There's drips. Nobody bothered to fix any of the rock chips down here. They just sprayed right over them, and the paint is wasting away. This is either because the paint is really low quality or somebody really fouled up the application. But either way, I'm glad I don't have to look at it anymore.
I thought you were going to lift it right off.
A bit of magic? Time to try out a fender. These are made out of carbon fiber. They are very light, very expensive, and very likely that I will trip and fall. Let's see how this goes. Oh. Oh. Closer. Closer and still no damage. There. First glimpse of the almost put together side of the car.
Okay, let's finish this up. Enough talking.
It's only Thursday.
More doing.
So this is a multi-layered puzzle. The door has to line up with the fender, but the fender also has to line up with the hood, which also has to line up to that fender, which needs to match up to the door, and the circle is unbroken.
Should you put the hood on next?
I'll hang the other fender on there loosely, take off this hood, and replace it with the other one just in case it's different, and then we'll see how everything agrees with each other. I'm a little nervous about this hood because I got it from that same joker in Arizona that sold me the fender. So let's look at the corners first.
I'm afraid.
Oh, it's not chipped. It's seen some wear though. Hopefully
Did you look at these?
I did. They went 1,000 miles in the back of the truck too. How about this one?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's nice.
And now the front.
That's good.
That looks
I can
good.
tell.
And the other one.
It's good too.
Okay, so we've got a usable hood. Let's put it on.
That was pretty spiffy.
Thanks. Did you see the corner over there?
I did. You did a good job.
Polished right out. Just for fun, let's see if it lines up with the fenders.
Oh. Oh, it's like a centimeter over, I think.
So I've got some work to do. It's a really valuable skill to know when something is good enough. I've been working on adjusting these gaps for the entire afternoon, and I could probably spend another week on it, and it still wouldn't be perfect. It's a very special gift to know when to call it good.
Can I call it good? It's good. Put on the bumper, come on!
Oh, there, something fit. The yellow is on. Just need to tighten out a few bolts.
This is terribly crooked, isn't it?
Did you find something else wrong?
What ding dong put that sticker on?
Shift 7 must have done that. You know, you always make the nicest conversation.
That's what I'm here for.
I really wanted to get the car completely done for this video, but it's Thursday night and I'm not going to make it. So this is what I have to show you guys. The body parts are attached. I've still got some interior and exterior trim pieces to put on along with the wheels.
You don't have that far to go.
No, I really don't, but I think I'm going to finish it up on my own and then follow up with you guys when it's done. So since I'm not going to do another video on this car for a while, I'll share some things that I've learned.
Should I get a chair?
Probably a bed.
You're long-winded.
Futon, couch, sofa, hide a bed, foldy fold, down from the wall. The Velocity yellow paint that I've been working with is really consistent throughout the years. This hood is from a 2006 car. The fenders and bumper and most of the other things are from that 2013 car. And the rocker panels are original 2007.
What about the mirrors?
The mirrors are original to the car too. And it all matches. Another thing that I noticed when I was working on this car is that the things that you touch, like the seats, this stuff, the steering wheel, it's all really high quality. But once you dig in underneath, you find things like this. I think this wheel well was made out of recycled plastic forks. Look how thin it is. Cheap plastic, and the rubber is stapled to the bottom. I'm not saying it's wrong, but it's notable that the stuff you don't see is low quality, but it's luxury from the driver's seat. And you get a saline drip. Probably the best thing about this project, other than spending time with my wife and you guys, is that I've learned how a Corvette is put together. I can do this whole thing again in half the time. Not that I would want to. I think this was a waste of money and a waste of time. I don't like admitting defeat, so I never will. Thanks for watching.